Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I haven't shared a energy update or spoken with our community like this in a little bit of time, and so there's a reason why I'm coming to you today sharing something with you. And unless you've been living under a rock, you probably see that the world is starting to get a little bit nuts. And you know, there's a reason why this is happening, which I want to explain to you because it'll help you understand what's going on. And I'm also going to talk to you at the end about something that I think might really help you navigate through these changing and challenging times. So what is going on? Well, there's obviously big change and upheaval going on. We're in the middle of a transition from one age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And the age of Pisces was really about top-down, pyramidal structure. You know, someone at the top or a group of people being in charge at the top, whether it's religions, governments, organizations, and then them being sort of in control of the rest of the pyramid. Whereas the age of Aquarius is really about the sphere or the circle. It's about, you know, the power returning back to the people. It's about people stepping into their self-sovereignty and realizing and remembering who and what they are as spiritual beings. And so in the last age, which lasts several thousand years, so they're not short periods of time. You know, we saw a lot of the world religions, we saw a lot of the structures of how we do life on this planet, financial systems, governments, the way we live in or out of harmony with the earth and the environment was all determined in that period of time. And so we're coming into a new period of time, and so we know things start in the invisible world of reality before they come into the physical world of reality. So all those old structures that were created because of the energy change from the last age, they're still in place. And we can see that no longer really serving us of where we're at individually and collectively in our life, of how we're relating to the other species and probably the earth herself. There's a lot of disharmony there. And the law of harmony says that disharmony will come back into harmony. And so that's what is actually taking place. As we go into this new age, we're being invited to allow these new ways of being to come into our lives, both individually and collectively. So what's that going to look like? Well, the structures, the way we live life, the institutions, whether it be government, corporate, whether it be religious organizations, whatever it is, all of those structures from the old age, they're going to need to go through either no longer existing and new ones being birthed, or they're going to go through a big change in how they operate. And we all know that change sometimes can be a bit uncomfortable. And so that's what we're seeing, is we're seeing these things changing as the new age of Aquarius comes into play. And the other thing that's taking place is energetically, we're at a different time, space, location than we were, 20 years ago, 100 years ago, even 1,000 years ago. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're all really traveling through space on a big spaceship together, what we call planet Earth. We're hurtling through time and space quite quickly. And our sun is revolving around a galactic central sun. And we're closer to that galactic central sun than we have been for a very, very long time. And so there's a new light, there's a new energy that's shining forth on the earth and everything and everyone on the earth. And so this is where the law of light comes into play here. Because what's happening is that light is shining and it's revealing the shadows, it's revealing the darkness. It's probably always been there in the corporations, in the governments, some of the corruption, some of the things that are emerging and will especially emerge even more so in these next coming days, months and years as all this really starts to heat up. We want to see it as an opportunity, as it's happening to us, happening for us, rather than to us. And if we look at it like that, it enables us to see the individual shadows and what's lurking in the shadows in our own lives, but also what in the world. And that enables us to actually do something about it, rather than just being hidden. And so we might see this as an opportunity rather than something that's a negative thing that's taking place. And so that's also something that's happening there that's causing us all to be like seeing all this stuff and sort of sometimes being overwhelmed by it. The other thing that's happening is that, ancient prophecies from many different cultures, many different spiritual principles and teachings have spoken about this time of great change. Around this time of sort of 1984 to the 2030s as a time of big change and shifts taking place. So I don't know if you remember, we had the end of the Mayan calendar back in 2012. The end of something is always the beginning of something new, and we can certainly see how things have started really changing and shifting for us all since then. Now, of course, we've also got astrology. Now, the astrology is also talking about the current times we're in being ones of big change. And remember, change, for something to end, there's always a new beginning on the other side. And so this can be a real positive change for us if we can align ourselves with some of these spiritual teachings and principles or universal laws. Within all that, we've also got another cycle within these other big cycles. And there's also an 80-year cycle that plays out on our planet. It's called the fourth turning, and we're coming into the last 5 years of the current 20 years, which is known as the crisis period, before we go into a new renewal period of another 20 years. And so these last couple of years is where everything's going to come up to sort of meet in the middle. We've got the light and the dark coming together, and they're going to meet in the middle, and we're going to change, we're either going to go to the negative or the positive, and it depends on how we all treat this time, both individually and collectively. It's been said that we've been here on this planet many times before in this same situation, and there's an opportunity for us to learn from our previous mistakes and make the positive changes within ourselves individually and collectively, so that we can move forward and create something better on this planet together and life on the earth. And so these next couple of years, 2 or 3 years, there's going to be some big changes happening. You're going to see a lot of changes happening to the way we do life on the earth, the environment, energy, financial systems. A whole lot of things are going to change. And so it's important to come back to yourself. Come back to the things that help you stay grounded, create inner peace within your being. Meditation, journaling, being connected with a community of like-minded people. And the other thing is very important, is to really upskill your spiritual intelligence. Because we think about what's coming. It's said, Tesla, for example, just unveiled some incredible technology at their sort of open day the other day with robots and AI and, driverless cars. So the technology upgrades that are happening with AI, it's here already and will be rolling out over the next several years on our planet. And so soon we're going to have this artificial intelligence, with currently ChatGPT's got like 100 IQ in pretty much all areas of human knowledge. It's soon going to have 400 IQ, and then they're talking about going up and up from there. And so if we have this AI intelligence that's smarter than any human on the planet, that's sitting in robots that can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, don't need to have breaks, don't have any unions. So it's going to be quite a thing to compete with in the intelligent world. So it's what we've held trump card on this planet is our IQ. Our intelligence, our physical world intelligence from the mind has helped us do a lot of amazing things on this planet. But that's about to be taken away by artificial intelligence and robots with access to that knowledge. And so a lot of people are going into fear about what that might mean for their work, for life and so on. But I see it actually as a huge opportunity for human beings to explore these other areas of our lives that we haven't been able to explore previously because we've been so obsessed with IQ. So what do I mean by that? Our emotional intelligence, our spiritual intelligence. I believe there's an opportunity for a real renaissance of human beings getting into culture and art and spirituality and creating a beautiful period of time on the planet. And so certain things need to take place for that to happen, of course, and that is to come back into harmony with our spiritual side of our lives. And our spiritual side of our lives, in fact, everything that happens on this planet is governed by these universal laws or energetic principles that we need to learn about and come into harmony with them. And so we do actually have a course coming up, which I'll leave some information below about these universal laws and about how to actually apply it to your life to create real world change. Because you can look up on Google and you can look up what are the 12, what are the 20 universal laws, whatever it is, and get some information about it. But all it is information. What we need to do is we need to teach everyone how to actually apply these laws so that you can work out where you're in harmony, where you're out of harmony, and healing techniques, processes, shamanic journeys to help you come back into harmony with those laws, to live a lawful life, to be in harmony with the universe and the flow of the universe, to upskill your spiritual intelligence and your emotional intelligence so that as these changes happen in our physical reality, you're in the best possible position to provide properly for you and your family going through these changing times. So thank you so much for listening. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update about what I see happening in the world. It's already kicking off and it's just going to happen more and more as we go through the next coming days, weeks and months and years. So please be safe out there, and if you do need anything, please reach out. The Rezinate community is here for you. So thanks so much for listening. Take care.